Hey guys, JB here from Alpha Wolf Consulting, coming to you today with the next session in the Alpha Wolf Personal Development and Expansion series. And this session is going to be all about continuing on from yesterday, where we looked at understanding how to create and realign our associated meaning or the meaning that we add to our language and events in our life and just the meaning overarching in our life and our existence and our experience in life. And today's session is going to be looking at understanding how to use that meaning to recondition associated memory. So what we're looking at doing is now looking at the link between the meaning that I give to the language that I use or the environments and circumstances that I go through in life, and how do I utilize that meaning to access specific past experience or memories that I have, okay, or that I want to access, i.e., should someone take behavior or actions that causes me to feel insecure, to cause me to feel in fear, okay, so they try to trigger a fear response in me, do I create the meaning of fear and then assign the memory of all of the times I have felt insecure or fear from another person? Do you sort of get it? So, what we understand is this is how our brain works. Should I see a snake in front of me while I'm walking, it causes a fear response because the meaning of that snake is something negative to me. So every time that fear response fires, it causes associated memory to be acted or to be reenacted within my mind. I see all the past experiences I have had with snakes in the past. Does it sort of make sense? So we understand it's a part of our mind's process of processing and understanding information is we cross-reference everything that I see, think, or feel in life against past experiences that have similar variables or even can have no variables that are even aligned, i.e., if I've never been violently attacked and someone comes up to me and says, I'm going to violently attack you, that should never cause a fear response because I have nothing to associate it to, but I associate it to all the past memories of what violence means, what being attacked means. Do you sort of get it? So I'm replaying, even though they're not my past memories, they can be memories from movies, they can be memories of understanding of what would it be like to be punched in the face. Funny fact, being punched in the face doesn't hurt. As you get punched in the face, your body releases adrenaline and there is none. So we understand that our fear responses, our responses, or the meaning that we associate to things in life is not real. We get to determine what it means because the majority of us determine that being punched hurts. Do you sort of get, but it doesn't physically. Like it doesn't hurt. I don't know about other people, but for me, it does not hurt. Like I don't feel pain when I'm punched. It's sort of like my body just goes into shock and I just feel impact, and that impact has no sensation. Like it's just the sensation of something impacting me. So we understand that it takes a few seconds before the pain response happens. And that's what we're creating the association based on when we say that being punched in the face causes pain. Do you sort of get it? It doesn't cause pain until the adrenaline leaves my body because the adrenaline suppresses the pain response. That's what its purpose is. Do you sort of get it? So we understand that our sort of memories associated or the meanings we associate to those memories, okay, don't really mean anything. It's all figments of our imagination. Do you sort of get it? If I see someone get their hand cut off and I feel a sensation of, oh, pain, I see someone get kicked in the nuts and I feel the sensation of pain, it's not real. Do you sort of get it? My mind is just imagining what it thinks it would feel like. So we understand that we get to determine everything within our mind. Our brain does not control us. Our consciousness determines what the brain does. Do you sort of get it? Mind over matter. Do you sort of get it? Push through the pain. Like these are all ways we trigger our mind or our consciousness to override the pain responses within our brain. So it's very important to understand this because when we understand how malleable, okay, i.e., malleable means how elusive reality is within our mind, because we all have these ideas that our mind is set in structures, okay, and these structures are like the walls of a house, real, but they're not. Within the mind, nothing is real. Everything is an illusion. Should I feel love? That love is an illusion. Should I feel happy? Happiness is an illusion. Should I feel sad? Sadness is an illusion. Should I feel fear? Fear is an illusion. Do you sort of get it? Like it's all up to interpretation, how I determine or decide to interpret the different psychological responses within my mind creates the emotional states that I feel, i.e., should I see a grizzly bear in the wilderness and it causes a fear response of fight or flight? It's not set in stone what that means. I can pretend like it is, but it's not really. I can take control of my mind. Do you sort of get it? Like that fight or flight response is a stress response, i.e., it's a fear response. So even if I choose fight, it's out of fear. Do you sort of get it? Like for example, with me, when I feel fear, I get an uncontrollable urge to attack. That's the thing. I only get the urge for fight, but I can suppress that urge to attack if I choose. I am not dictated by that fear response. Do you sort of get it? Like it's all an illusion. So to say that the mind controls reality is an illusion. The mind is just filled with illusions, and we determine what is real within our mind. So either we can determine it or we can have society determine it. So should I get the fight or flight response? I am now in a state of heightened stress. Do you sort of get it? Or I can realize it's an illusion and then suppress it. Do you sort of get it? Like if a grizzly bear is charging at me, am I gonna suppress the fight or flight? What happens if I try to fight the bear? Like, am I gonna win? If I try to run from the bear, am I anything but prey? Do you sort of get it? Like it's a no-win scenario. So I can choose to suppress it. Do you sort of get it? And try and run past the bear instead of running away from the bear if I choose, but the bear's going to turn around and eat me regardless. Do you sort of get it? Like if I'm standing in front of a bear charging me with no weapons, like I'm in a pretty fucking lose-lose situation. So I can just accept my death with peace, or I can have the last ride of my life fighting that bear. Do you sort of get it? Like we get these ideas in our head that there is all this, so to speak, meaning that should I run, I'm able to outrun that bear that runs 60 kilometers a week. Should I fight, I'm able to outfight that bear. Like in a situation like that, there is no winning. So I can choose to be in fear for the remainder of my life, for the last few seconds, or I can choose to become ecstatic with joy and emboldened. Do you know what I mean? And charge that bear with all the joy in my heart. Do you sort of get it? It doesn't have to be a negative experience. Do you know what I mean? But if we're out in bear country and we don't have sufficient weapons on us, we're fucking idiots. Do you sort of get it? So we don't put ourselves in those situations. Do you know what I mean? If I don't want to be in survival situations, I don't put myself into survival situations. If I don't want to fight a bear with my bare hands, I don't put myself into the environment that bears fucking live in. I'm not a fucking idiot. Do you sort of get it? It's why we don't swim in a crocodile infested river. Because if I don't want to swim for my life trying to escape crocodiles, like I just don't do it. Do you sort of get it? So we don't act as if like our life or our mind is set in stone. Like we don't have to be in situations that we don't want to in life. So what we're doing right now is we're taking those bullshit excuses that, our brain has fight or flight mode, that I don't dictate to my brain when I go in fight or flight mode, okay, how my brain operates, the meaning, the memories. Do you sort of get it? Like we're just taking those bullshit excuses and we're throwing them away. Because if we're fucking stupid enough to put ourselves in situations where we're in a no-win scenario, okay, i.e., if I'm in a city and it's 3 o'clock in the morning, I don't walk down a fucking alleyway that has other people in it. Do you sort of get it? Like we just avoid the situations that we don't want in life rather than trying to dictate to ourselves that we're unable to change those situations. So what we are doing right now is we are taking in this preface, if that's what it's called, we are taking all those excuses that I am not in control of this mind, okay, and how this mind operates in this body, and we're throwing them away because they're all full of shit. Do you sort of get it? And now we're understanding that the meaning I put to any situation in life, okay, determines the memory I associate to it. So if I see fear responses as being a stress response, they become a stress response. If I see fear as being an empowerment or a positive response, it becomes a positive response. Do you sort of get it? Like we've thrown away all the bullshit excuses of why this isn't true, and now we understand this to be reality. That whatever I determine in life becomes my reality. Should I personally see stress as creating excitement and positivity in me? It creates excitement and positivity in me. Should I see stress as creating fear and negativity in me? It creates fear and negativity in me. No one else fucking dictates this shit to me. Do you sort of get it? So I determine in the moment of assigning memory or in the moment of assigning meaning, the memories that are associated to that meaning. And we've thrown away all the bullshit excuses of why this isn't true. We know that those bullshit excuses are just bullshit excuses and people can talk shit, but it doesn't matter. We understand if I see what causes me the greatest amount of fear in this world, and I choose to see it as being positive, I associate positive memory to it. It ceases to hold fear over me, and that fear becomes empowerment. This is how malleable the mind is. And many people will try and say that that's not true and they're full of shit. Do you sort of get it? It's just they're full of shit because they are trying to say that the mind is not based in illusions or malleable. But that's all the mind is. That's all reality is. Do you sort of get it? Your brain doesn't see, your brain doesn't smell, your brain doesn't hear. Your brain gets electrical impulses and then creates a picture of reality based on those electrical impulses. How does your brain decipher imagery from electric? Can you decipher imagery from electric? Do you sort of get it? Like, who knows? Maybe you can. Do you sort of get it? But if you want to live in a life where when you feel fear, fear is the only thing you can feel. So should I feel fear, I can only ever feel negative. If you want to live in that reality, by all means, you are free to be my guest. But if we are both walking through the wilderness and a grizzly bear starts charging on us, I'm fucking joyously running at it. And I'm going to fight it, even though I know I'm going to die. Because I don't really care if I live or die. Do you sort of get it? It doesn't really matter because death isn't the end. Do you sort of get it? So I'm not going to be afraid of my final moments. I'm going to enjoy them because I get to determine if a bear charging at me is a negative thing or a positive thing. Do you sort of get it? It doesn't matter what other people think is being real and true. Do you know what I mean? Like, who cares if it's my last 30 seconds? If I get to be ecstatic in my last 30 seconds, I get to be ecstatic in my last 30 seconds. If you want to be filled with fear in your last 30 seconds, you are free to be filled with fear. Do you sort of get it? Like you're the one who determines what the meaning of different sort of situations, language, different narratives, different emotions mean. You determine that, no one else. If you want to create illusions and say that if a bear's running at you, you have to be in fear, by all means. Do you sort of get it? I've wired my brain that when I feel fear, I become ecstatically happy and I just charge. Do you sort of get it? But I live every day not caring if I live or die because it doesn't matter. Do you sort of get it? Like it doesn't matter. Why? Because the consciousness that's within my mind that I see as me is not in this body. Do you sort of get it? This body is designed to access that consciousness. That consciousness sits outside of my body. Do you sort of get it? If other people want to think this is real, cool. If they want to think this isn't real, cool. I don't give a fuck. Do you sort of get it? It doesn't matter because it's all illusions. So we understand reality is not based in real. We can argue that it's based in real, and that's great. Show me the answers to everything in the universe, and I will believe you. Do you sort of get it? Go and collate every single piece of data that has ever existed, will ever exist, or could ever exist. Once you have done that, bring that to me, and I will believe you. Until that day, I'm going to say you're full of shit. Do you sort of get it? It doesn't matter because it's an impossible feat because you have to go to the ends of both time to collect the data. Do you sort of get it? We cannot do that. No one can do that. If someone says that they can do that, they're full of shit. Because in every moment, every breath, more data is created, more potentials than you can ever imagine are created on a multiplier that you cannot even comprehend. Do you sort of get it? It's like people saying they know how many stars are in the universe. That is an impossible feat, and we know that to be true. Why? Because we can only see a certain part of the universe. So to say that we understand the whole universe, we are full of shit. But the point isn't to be right. Do you sort of get it? It doesn't matter if we're right, if we're wrong. Whatever I choose to believe in life becomes reality to me. If I choose to see my last 30 seconds as being ecstatically joyous, it is real to me. I feel ecstatically joyous in the 30 seconds that I have left on this planet. Do you sort of get it? If I choose to see the last 30 seconds of my life as being terror and misery, it will only ever be terror and misery. Whatever I choose to believe as being real in life becomes real. And to all those that say that there is fact and there is universal truth, blah, 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 I don't care. Like, to a scientist that tries to argue that there is universal fact, I say to you, send me a list of every star in the universe that has ever been created and will ever be created. In the moment you do that for me, I will believe every word you say as being true. Do you sort of get it? If you cannot do that for me, then shut the fuck up. Do you sort of get it? Like, everyone walks around pretending like they're experts in life and that they know fact when no one knows shit. Because to know means I have to know everything. And that is an impossible thing because we're trying to take what is in flux and constantly evolving and changing and saying it's static. It's illogical to do that. So, yes, I know what my hand looks like. This does not mean I know every aspect of my hand, that I can see every cell in my hand. Do you sort of get it? Why? Because in every moment, new cells are being created and cells are dying. For me to say I can map out every cell, I am full of shit. Do you sort of get it? It's an impossible feat and an impossible task. So, with that understanding, we understand we are not trying to be right in life when we are reconditioning in the associated memory. Whatever memory I choose to assign to whatever meaning I choose to determine becomes that. Does it mean it's right? Who the fuck cares? Do you sort of get it? It doesn't matter if it's right. It doesn't matter if it's wrong. If I choose to believe it as being right, it becomes right. If I choose to believe it as being wrong, it becomes wrong. If I think that I know fact in this life, I'm full of shit. Do you sort of get it? We're all full of shit. No one knows anything in life. We can argue that we know, that I know this, I know that. All I say to you is, should you tell me you know, just realize I will ask you for every piece of data. If you cannot give me every piece of data, do you sort of get it? I have spent over 15 years trying to understand my mind and I barely understand my mind. Do you sort of get it? To understand every aspect of my mind is an impossible feat. Why? Because the point isn't to know. Do you sort of get it? I don't need to know exactly how my muscles move to breathe. I can just breathe. I do not need to know exactly the composition of the oxygen for the oxygen to be of value to me. Do you sort of get it? I don't have to understand every muscle needed to eat to eat. I just eat. Do you sort of get it? I don't need to understand every aspect of life to live. I can just fucking live. Do you sort of get it? The point isn't to know. Why? Because we are all existing, yet none of us understand existence. Does it make sense? That's the funny thing. So, to all those who say that there is truth in this life, that there is a need to know in this life, they're full of fucking shit because you are contradicting yourself right now. You exist within existence without understanding existence. So don't tell me you need to understand existence to exist. Do you sort of get it? There is no right and wrong in life. There is what I believe and there's what I don't believe. That's it. There's what you believe and what you don't believe. You don't need to know to believe. Do you sort of get it? But everyone is out there trying to prove that everything that they say is true. Fun fact, it's only ever going to be true to you. Do you sort of get it? So we understand. I determine what meaning, okay, creates association to what memory. No one else. Doesn't matter. If other people have different associated memories to specific meaning, that's fine. I associate, okay, the meaning of fear to positive memories. Do you sort of get it? Doesn't matter if it's real or not to another person. Why? Because do you really think I'm going to be expecting them to save me when that bear's charging me? No. Do you sort of get it? Like we all have to make peace with ourselves in life on our deathbed. It doesn't matter what other people think because no one else is going to sit there and make peace for you. You make peace for you. So if anyone else thinks that they have the right to tell you what is real in this world, they are full of shit. Because science doesn't prove, it only tries to disprove. Do you sort of get it? Science can never prove. Like, do you sort of get it? Like, you even take gravity, like, we can prove it, so to speak, through mathematics, but we cannot say gravity is this because we have never experienced every form of gravity that has ever been, or could ever be, or has the potential to be. Do you sort of get it? We only know a small percentage of gravity, what we've experienced. Do you sort of get it? We have never been through a black hole, so we do not understand everything. We can create mathematical equations to explain things, but that is not knowing. That is not experiencing. Do you sort of get it? It's not to say that there's anything wrong with science, but what it is to say is that there is no point in trying to be right in life. Being right creates resistance to the flow of life, for I do not need to be right in life to flow with life. I do not need to know existence to exist in life. Do you sort of get it? There is no test that I have to take prior to being born to be allowed to be born. I'm just born. And then I'm in the flow of life. That's it. Do you sort of get it? Does it make sense? So that's an important thing to realize when we are creating the associated memory to the meaning. Whatever memory I want, do I want pleasant memories? Do I want negative memories? If I want to live my life being tortured by all the negative memories that I hold, I am free to do so. If I want my life to be filled with every positive memory that I've ever experienced, I'm free to do so. Do you sort of get it? It doesn't matter what other people think is being right or what other people think is being wrong, because they don't have to live my existence. Do you sort of get it? So should I go and base everything that I think and feel and structure my mind off what other people say is right and real in this world? Then I have to live the last 30 seconds of my life in fear. For majority of people, fear death. Do you sort of get it? It's a funny thing. Because should I want to live my eternity, my life, based off what other people say is right and wrong? I do not control my life. I am a slave in life to the determinations of what everyone else says. And me personally, I am not a slave to anyone else. I would rather die on my feet as myself than live an eternity on my knees, benevolent to or beneath others and what they say should be. So I welcome my death with open arms, for I know it is not the end. Do you sort of get it? I don't need to be right. Should death be the end? Who the fuck cares? I'm dead. Do you sort of get it? The consciousness within our mind experiences external to our mind. Do you sort of get it? I don't need to know I'm right because I already know I'm right. And it doesn't matter if I'm right or if I'm wrong. Why? Because I have experienced outside of myself. Do you sort of get it? I have experienced my own death before within my mind. I know what happens. I do not need to prove to another that what it is real, for reality is an illusion. Do you sort of get it? It's important to understand this because this is part of finding inner peace, is choosing what do I want to believe in life as being real and then believing it. Do I want to believe that the last or the final seconds of my life are terror? Or do I want to believe that the final seconds of my life are ecstatic joy, a celebration to my life? Like what? Whichever one I choose, I'm free to choose. You sort of get it? Do I want in my mind to only ever have negative memories and past experiences running on repeat, controlling and dictating my behavior out of fear? Or do I want to live my life liberated to determine? Should I always want joy in my life? I only ever see memories of joy. Should I always want, love in my life? I only see memories of love. Who the fuck cares about fear? Do you sort of get it? Who the fuck cares about negative? Do I want to see everything in my life as being positive or negative? That's the choice. The meaning I give to everything that I say or experience becomes the memory I assign to it. Should I see everything in life as being negative? All of my negative memories become present because I don't believe the positive ones are real. I only ever believe the negative is real. Should I see everything in my life as being positive? I only ever see positive memories because the negative is irrelevant. I have decided that positive is what I want. You sort of get it? Even in what is to be deemed as the most negative situations, I can remain positive. Doesn't really matter. In pure hatred, I can be filled with ecstatic joy. Do you sort of get it? Hatred doesn't have to mean negative. Anger doesn't have to mean negative. Do you sort of get it? It's a funny thing because once you get it, you're liberated to be, do, and have whatever you want in life. Not dictated that I must be a benevolent, peaceful person to be happy in life. I can walk through the gates of hell with ecstatic joy in my heart and filled with love. What the fuck can the devil do to me? Do you sort of get it? The devil can't do shit because I know reality. Reality is created within my mind. The devil may try to take my mind, but he's got no chance in my mind, for I am the creator of my mind. No other dictates to me what happens within my mind. Do you sort of get it? It's an important thing to get because many people don't realize that heaven is on earth and they are creating hell within their mind while living in heaven. And they think once I go up to the clouds in the sky to heaven, that hell's going to stop. But they don't realize all of that weight of the hell that you've created in your mind is going to drag you straight down to hell. For who in heaven wants to be around someone in hell? Do you sort of get it? It's like this in life. Do you want to exist and live around people who are miserable and in fear? Do you sort of get it? Like, do you want to be around negative people in your day-to-day life who are pissy, who blame everyone else, who are victims to their life, to their circumstance, victims to their body, victims to their mind? Do you sort of get it? Do you want to be around those people? I don't. So I avoid those people like the fucking plague. Why? Because I'm living in heaven right now. Why the fuck would I want to be around people who live in hell? Do you sort of get it? Like it's really important. Once you get it, it's got it. Like, do you understand? You get to determine how you think and feel in every moment. Do you realize? Like, being God in life means I create the life I want, irrespective of the environment. Should I speak positivity into my life becomes positive because I have spoken positivity into my life. I don't give a fuck what other people say. I have spoken positivity into my life becomes positive. Should someone come up and try to attack me, I'm going to attack you with the most joy in my heart. Do you sort of get it? I'll joyfully attack you. Do you sort of get it? Like, it's really important to get. Like, I don't have to, because other people say violence is negative, I don't have to see violence as being negative because I am not a fucking hypocrite. All those people that say violence is negative are the ones that fucking create the violence. So fuck what they think, fuck what they feel, fuck what they believe. What do you believe? I choose to believe everything in life is positive. I choose to believe, should you try to drag me into hell, I am still in heaven, walking through hell. And should the fucking devil come up to me, the devil will find out who the true ruler of hell is. Do you sort of get it? I will crush the devil. The devil has nothing on me. For I do not fear the devil. I do not fear the evil of this world. I do not fear hatred. I am ecstatically enjoying hatred. Do you sort of get it? This is the importance. Once up here is right, everything out there becomes right. For I do not walk through the valley of the shadow of death, fearing evil. For no weapon formed against me shall prosper, for I do not see a weapon as a weapon. Do you sort of get it? Should you come up and put a gun to my face, I will pull that fucking trigger and meet my demise joyously, ecstatically, on my own fucking terms. I do not care. Do you sort of get it? The consciousness that is me is not limited to this body. Do you sort of get it? Does it make sense? It is not limited to this body, for our brain does not create consciousness, it picks up the frequency of consciousness. Do you sort of get it? Like, everyone can talk their shit, but what do you want to believe in life? Do you want to be in immense pain and agony should you be dragged into hell? Do you want to enjoy it? Should someone start carving your face off, you give them a hand and you show them how to fucking do it properly. If you're going to carve me face off, carve it off properly. You sort of get it? Like, who cares? Pain is just a sensory stimulation. It doesn't really matter. Should I walk around being afraid of being attacked because I don't want to go through the pain of being attacked? I'm always in fear of being attacked. Should I realize that nothing is painful in this life because my body releases adrenaline? Adrenaline suppresses my pain responses. Do you sort of get it? So once you put me into pain, I cease to feel pain because my body shuts down my ability to feel pain. Trust me, I've been hit in the face many times. And the thing I realized is it did not hurt. What hurt or created the hurt was the fear of the perceived pain, was the negative emotion associated to it, was all those negative memories. Do you sort of get it? I don't fear hell because I've lived hell. Do you sort of get it? I don't fear the devil because I am a fucking evil person should I need to be. Should the devil think that they're evil? Should people think that they can do evil to me? Believe me, I am more vicious and violent than another. I can be more evil and sadistic than the worst, most evil person in this world. Or I can be light and joyful. Do you sort of get it? I choose to live my life light and joyful, for I don't need to fear others. For should you try to take me to hell, you will find out I am comfortable in hell, but I have explored the depths of hell. I can take you further into hell than you understand as being humanly possible. Do you sort of get it? Do you sort of get it? Should you try to carve my face off, I will help you carve my face off. And then we will have a turn at carving your face off. Do you sort of get it? How are you going to feel having your face carved off? You sort of get it? Like, many people in life think it's just words, but it's not. Do you sort of get it? Whatever I believe as being true becomes true. If I believe the worst pain you can put me through is nothing, no pain you can put me through will ever affect me because I don't think it's real. Do you sort of get it? By all means, if people want to put this to the test, I'm okay. Do you sort of get it? But just realize I'm not a fucking idiot. I'm not going into the wilderness that has bears without being prepared. I do not walk the streets with fear because I know I'm more vicious and violent than others. Do you sort of get it? Like I'm not unprepared in situations. Do you sort of get it? I walk the streets without fear because I am not afraid of psychopaths because I am a psychopath. Do you sort of get it? I just don't tell myself illusions and pretend to be a good person. I choose to be a good person, knowing that in any moment I can cease being a good person. You sort of get it? I don't fear the devil. I don't fear the evil of this world because I am the evil of this world. I don't fucking lie to myself and pretend like I am not an evil person. Should I find myself in hell? Like it's nowhere new to me. Should I find myself confronted by evil? You are just a mirror reflecting the evil within me back to me. Do you sort of get it? I've looked deep into the abyss of the evil within me. I understand it in depthly. When I reflect back the evil that is within you, are you able to stand there and look at it smiling, knowing that it is you? It's nothing new. Do you sort of get it? Like I'm not afraid of what is to be darkness within me, for I am the darkness. Does that mean I am dictated by the darkness? No. It means I can choose. Do I want to be the darkness of this world or the light of this world? I.e., if you believe in religion and you believe in God, you know God is the devil. Do you sort of get it? God created all. Therefore, the devil is God. Do you sort of get it? We are all God and the devil in every moment. Do I choose to be the light and positive, or do I choose to be sadistic, evil, and the darkness of this world? Because everyone pretends like they are two different things. They are the same thing, a different side of each of the same coin. Most people flip it and leave it to chance. I choose which side I want to be up. That's it. I don't leave it to chance. Should I need to be the darkness in this world, I flip that fucking coin to the dark side. Should I choose to be the light in this world and the good in this world, I flip that coin to the good. You sort of get it. I don't leave it up to chance. There's no mystery to me. It's all choice. That's the thing. Everything in life is choice. So do I walk the streets of life fearing all the negativity? No, I just choose to be good. And should someone try to force me to not be good? Should someone act like me choosing to be good is weakness? It's okay. I'll show you the darkness. I don't mind. Like you gotta understand. Like many people think I'm crazy in life. I'm not crazy. I'm just fucking honest. I'm not full of illusions of how grandeur and how positive I am and how I don't take bad actions. I choose not to take bad actions. I choose not to harm others. Why? Because I don't enjoy it. But should you make me do it, I will enjoy it because it is my life choice to enjoy my life, whatever state I have to be in. Do you sort of get it? When I confront the darkness within me, the darkness within me holds no power over me. When I avoid the darkness within me and pretend like it doesn't exist, it grows and it grows and it grows and it seeps in and it takes control. Have you ever noticed how majority of people in life are two-faced little bitches? They act positive to your face and then as soon as they can, they stab you in the back, talk shit about you, talk down about you, act like this and that. They pretend like they're positive people, yet they spew negativity and promote negativity, i.e., Most people act like they're not violent in life, yet all they watch is violent movies in life. All they watch is violent TV series. They play violent games and they pretend I am not violent in this life. I am a good, virtuous person. You sort of get it? Like, we are all positive and negative in this life. We all have the capacity to be Hitler or fucking Gandhi. We determine through our choices and our behaviors who we want to be. Do you sort of get it? Whoever you want to be in life, you are free to be that person. Like, do you sort of get it? And this isn't to say Hitler's a good person. He murdered 6 million people, probably more than that, but a rough estimate of 6 million Jewish people. Do you sort of get it? And guess what? Now those same Jewish people are fucking murdering Arabs, the Palestinians. Like, do you sort of get it? We have very short memories. We all pretend like we can never be evil. They're fucking hypocrites. Do you sort of get it? Like, that's life. The Jews are now the Nazis because they're choosing to exterminate and try and remove a population from their country, just like the fucking Germans did. We can act like we're different. We can act like this is different. They're just reacting to this and that, like whatever. Hatred creates hatred, peace creates peace. Should I show mercy to you, you will show mercy to others. Should you not show mercy to others after I have shown mercy to you, you're a fucking hypocrite. Do you sort of get it? Like, for all of the terror and the negativity of the Holocaust, we did not learn that it is not okay to kill other people, regardless of what we believe or how righteous we believe we are. The Aryans believe, or the Nazis believe that the Aryan race was the superior race. The Jewish believe that the fucking Jewish people are the superior people in Israel. Like, what's different? Why? Because one killed based on genetic, you know, ancestry. The other kills based on religious righteousness. Like, there is no difference. Like, I thought we would have learned by now, but we haven't because hatred lives within all of us, just like love lives within all of us. This is a funny thing because so many people pretend like I'm not filled with hate. Do you sort of get it? I accept it. Hatred lives within me, but it has no fucking control over me because I look at it. I accept it as being a part of me and I determine how I want to live. Do you sort of get it? Hatred lives within me, yet I choose in every moment to never act upon it. Do you sort of get it? Many people in this life cannot fucking say the same. Many people in this life. Like if we take the fucking Jewish state in Israel, they do not bomb Gaza out of love, of peace. They bomb them out of hatred. Do you sort of get it? Like what? You think that hatred's going to go away after you kill them? And then we're going to have peace? Why do you think wars are so prevalent? Because when we kill out of hatred, the hatred doesn't go away. it stays. And what happens? We find a new victim for that hatred. Do you sort of get it? Like it used to be terrorism, now it's China. Like, do you sort of get it? We used to be at war with the Middle East. We were at war before that with Russia. Do you sort of get it? Now we're going and saying that China's the bad guy. Like, no one is right and wrong in life. No one is more righteous than another. Those who perceive that I am more righteous than you because I do not kill out of hatred. It's an illusion. For to kill is to give in to hatred. It's just we determine if we see that hatred as positive or negative. Should I determine that I want my entire life to be positive? I do not try and pretend like the hatred is not there. It's always there. I just choose to see it as positive. Do you sort of get it? Because if I see it as positive, it creates a positive emotional response. The more happy I am in life, the less likely I am to attack other people. The more negative I feel in life, the more unhappy I am in life, the more likely I am to try and attack another. Have you ever noticed that? Happy people are just enjoying their life. Negative people are sitting there picking fights and attacking each other. Do you sort of get it? Like it's a funny thing. We accept the negative within us and we choose. Do we want to see it as negative or do we want to see it as positive? And then we choose. Fuck what everyone else thinks because they're all full of fucking shit. Do you sort of get it? Like, they're all full of shit. Don't believe them. Why? The Bible says, thou shalt not kill. The Crusaders murdered thousands to hundreds of thousands of Muslims. The Quran says, thou shalt not kill. The Muslims murdered thousands of Christians. Slavery, like, do you sort of get it? Like, we can pretend like we are not hypocrites, but we are all hypocrites. It's just some of us are honest hypocrites and others are dishonest hypocrites. Do you sort of get it? Like, the large percentage of the Chinese nationality are Buddhist. The largest religion in China is Buddhism. Buddhism believes that we should limit or end suffering. That's their goal in life. Do you sort of get it? So we should never fear China ever attacking us because should they ever attack another person, they're a fucking hypocrite. Do you sort of get it? Like we can pretend like we believe all these religious beliefs in life, but if we don't embody them, we're a fucking hypocrite. Do you sort of get it? Like my number one belief in life, my core belief is I don't attack other people. So I prepare and wait for other people to attack me. That's the only time I'm allowed to attack them. Do you sort of get it? It's why it makes it so easy to be non-violent. I beg and pray for violence in life, but I'm not allowed to enact violence upon others because it's my core belief that I do not do that because I'm not one of the fucking hypocrites in life. Do you sort of get it? Like I don't sit there and pretend like I value life and then go around and plot and plan for how I can hurt other people. i.e., Most Christians say they value life. You know what I mean? Yet they eat meats which are factory farmed, where the life was not valued. Do you sort of get it? Like, don't be a hypocrite. Value that life. Kill your own animals. Like, respect the life that that animal is giving you with their sustenance. Respect it. Do you sort of get it? Don't be a hypocrite. You sort of get it? Don't try and be righteous in life or right in life. Be righteous by yourself, within yourself. Whatever you think and believe within your own life, embody it and enact it. Live it. I don't believe in using my power over other people, my strength over other people. I don't believe in attacking other people. So I don't do it. And guess what? It makes it super easy for me to live a peaceful life. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's important to understand this, because when we understand this, like, we realize how full of fucking shit everyone else is. And it's so funny. They all are. Scientists say they explore knowledge, yet they perceive only the scientific knowledge to be the truth. They don't believe spiritual knowledge to be the truth. They don't believe experiential knowledge to be the truth. For most of them believe that consciousness is created within the mind. Yet we've all experienced consciousness outside of our mind. You sort of get it? Like, we can pretend not to be hypocrites, but we all are hypocrites. It's a funny thing. So just all you have to know is, if you don't want to be a hypocrite, stop believing the bullshit other people tell you and stop acting against what you believe to be true within you. If you believe violence is not the answer, don't enact violence. That's it. If you believe violence is the answer, go and enact violence. See how it makes you feel. Do you know what I mean? Like, we can pretend like, oh, that's a bad statement. We're telling other people to be violent. Go fucking watch any movie. There's violence in movies. Why do we allow violence in movies if we don't want violence in society? How fucking stupid are we? Oh, because it's pretend. Society's pretend. It's all based on illusions. It's a funny thing. It's a funny thing, because it's so easy to see the truth once we stop trying to prove the truth, once we stop trying to justify the illusions that are created within us, that are created for us. Do you sort of get it? Society is an illusion because all they do is create illusions of what is right, what is righteous, all of this. Like, for example, the law is meant to be based on justice. Do you know what I mean? Yet it is not written for justice. There's loopholes all throughout it. Do you sort of get it? It's a funny thing. Governments are meant to be there to protect and serve the communities, yet they expect the communities to protect and serve them. Do you sort of get it? It's a funny thing. We vilify each other based on culture, based on misunderstandings of not respecting each other. Yet we expect everyone to respect us. Who the fuck cares about other people? Respect yourself and others will respect you. Protect yourself so no other needs to protect you. Do you sort of get it? Don't be a victim to this world. Don't be a victim to your body expecting a doctor to protect you from death. If you want to die so badly, go and die so badly. Do you sort of get it? If you don't want to die so badly, stop fucking eating Maccas. Like, value your health. Do you know what I mean? Don't take self-destructive behaviors. Do you know what I mean? Because it's a pretty funny thing. Like, it's the funniest thing about life is everything we say one thing and we always act a different way. Why is that? We say we like peace until someone's values or what someone else believes doesn't align to what we believe. So then we create conflict. We say we don't like murder, yet we murder innocent people through military, through government, through corruption, i.e., there are people in famine right now, yet we don't do anything about it. Like, do you sort of get it? We let people die all around the world. We don't share technology, resources. We don't care for other people. We don't show compassion to other people. People can be homeless and we walk straight past them. Do you sort of get it? Like, it's a funny thing because we act as if I care about everyone. I'm a caring person. Yet if I walk past someone who is homeless and in need and I do not offer help and do not help them, do I really care about people? Or are they just pretty words I like to say? Do you sort of get it? Don't fucking live for what other people believe as being true. Live for what you believe being true. If you believe helping people, help people. If you believe in caring for people, care for people. Don't justify to yourself why it's okay to care for certain people and not care for certain people. Don't justify to yourself why it's okay to help certain people and not help certain people. Don't justify to yourself why it's okay to kill certain people and not kill certain people. Do you sort of get it? Don't be a hypocrite. Being a hypocrite means you live a life of illusions. And if you're trying to become your ideal self, the illusions are what create the resistance of you becoming who you want to be and living the life you want to live. So figure it out. Do you sort of get it? Be who you want to be in life. Enjoy your life. Enjoy every aspect of your life. Live every aspect of your life. If you want to be a slave to your body, allow the pain to control your life. Allow the cravings to dictate your diet. Do you sort of get it? If you want to be a slave to your mind, listen to all the bullshit as being truth. Listen to all the people that talk shit in life. Allow them to fill your mind with everything negative that they can conceive in life. Do you sort of get it? Like, if you want inner peace in life, here's a simple exercise, a simple practice to do. Stop supporting fucking violence. Stop supporting negative behavior. Stop supporting negativity in life, i.e., if you want inner peace in life, don't listen to fucking offensive comedy. If you want inner peace in life, stop watching fucking violent movies. Stop watching cunts on TV acting like dickheads. Stop watching people on the internet act like dickheads and talk shit. Like, that's it. If you want inner peace, figure out what inner peace means to you and then live that. I.e., inner peace to me means acceptance of everything in life as being good. There is no bad in life. Do you sort of get it? Like, it's very important to get. I don't see violence. I don't see killing. I don't see anything as being negative in life. There are certain things in life that allow me to become negative in life. I.e., if I see someone attack someone else, I am allowed to attack that person with every bit of joy within me. Do you sort of get it? If I hear that someone attacking sexually someone, I'm allowed to attack that. Do you sort of get it? I'm not living inauthentic to myself. By doing that, I'm not losing inner peace by doing that. That's the thing. I don't have to become passive to find inner peace. I have to become at peace with everything that is within me. That's finding inner peace. All right. I hope you enjoyed this one, and I hope you understand it's all your decision in life. Whatever you want in life becomes your life. Choose wisely. Decide what you want in life, become that, and just live the life you want in life without the bullshit excuses of how it has to be and why it has to be. All right. Have an amazing day. Thanks so much. Bye.